Welcome to Go and Glow, an inspiring show for the beautiful and brave with Natasha Cole.
Hi guys, welcome to Go and Glow. I'm your host, Natasha Cole. Thank you so much for downloading and listening to this podcast and this particular episode. And don't forget to share it with your girlfriends. As you know, the entire Go and Glow project is a platform for inspiration, and it's a resource to discover our passion and our purpose and to live out loud and to shine our lights and do amazing things and have amazing experiences. And we love to highlight people, especially women, who are shining their lights. So I'm excited today to introduce this powerhouse of a woman who she really is, a woman of many talents. And I'm excited to have her on. She's an entrepreneur. She is an author. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She does it all, and she does it all very well. I'm excited to introduce to you guys today Chaneta Forts. Hi, Chaneta. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Natasha. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you for coming on. I know that every minute of your day is busy, so I appreciate you just sitting down for a second to talk to us a little bit. I've read so much about your bio and all the traveling you've done and the people that you've worked with, and I'm just really honored to have you on the show and for you to just kind of share your art with everyone and talk about with you what inspires you. And yeah, I'm just excited to hear what's in your mind and what's in your heart. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you love to do.
Okay, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. I'm very fortunate to be a part of this and to be able to share with other people what I'm doing, and hopefully it'll bless and help someone else on their journey in life. But a little bit about me. As you mentioned, I am an entrepreneur. I'm an artist. Recently became a published author, so I am very, very excited about that. I published a new children's book, and the book is called Moon, 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 Did You Brush Your Teeth? And the book creatively introduces children to the basics of oral care, and I've been blessed to be able to have the opportunity to have Yolanda Adams, gospel artist Yolanda Adams, put out some social media buzz. She mentioned it on her social media venues as far as with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and getting good response with that. And also popular mom blogger Baby Shoppa, she mentioned it. So I'm really pushing that and getting the word out about the book. Is very exciting. Also, I think you mentioned me being an entrepreneur. I'm getting into the travel industry. That's very new for me. And also as an artist, I have been singing since very, very young age. I grew up, I'm like an 80s baby. So around the time when Whitney Houston was out, I was in that era where everybody wanted to sing like Whitney Houston. So I think that was around that time I discovered my voice with, the greatest love of all. And my mom heard me singing, and the rest was history. She called me out at church and was like, she can sing, put her in children's church and a children's choir, And I've been singing since I was preteen, and recorded with my first national recording group by the time I was a teenager. So I've been in it for a while, and it's a blessing.
Okay, very cool. So, you love to sing, and you've been doing this since you were a little girl, and your mom saw that in you, that you had that talent, and you obviously just wrote a book. So you love writing. So talk about, do you have a preference with your passion? Is there one that you you love to do the most, or is there one that fuels you a lot more, or are you just equally talented in everything and you love doing all of it?
Well, thank you. I think equally I enjoy both. I'm enjoying working with kids. Never thought I would be passionate about writing a book or having. I feel like it was divine, first of all, because writing the book was totally not planned. I was inspired. I have a 7-year-old son. His name is Justin, and we was in the car talking, and I pointed out that the moon was yellow and it was cloudy, and his response was, "Did the moon forget to brush his teeth?" and I chuckled too, and I just thought that was just the most. I thought it was so funny and very different and out the box. And at that time, I had really been praying about doing something different in my life. And I was like, God, I want to, whatever idea you give me, and I really want to pursue different things, and I don't want to leave my gifts and my talents just, in the grave while I'm gone. I want to make an impact on the world. I want to do while I'm here and make that impact. And that was the place I was in. Once he said that, I thought, that is so clever. And I said, that's so different. I think people would get a kick out of that. So I was like, what can I do with that? And I immediately just started meditating on what I could do, and started a poem, writing a story about the moon brushing his teeth. So I saw the moon going from yellow and cloudy to white and bright. And it just all started from there. And I just saw it as an opportunity for me and my son to do something together, since he inspired it, and I just took it from there. And it's grown. I actually, wrote the poem. I reached out to another author a friend of mine, who she wrote a children's book, and pitched the concept to her. And she said, I think it's a great idea. I think it's funny. Go ahead, write it as a poem, and I'll introduce you to my illustrator. And within maybe 2 to 3 weeks, the story was written, and I was meeting with the illustrator. I jumped on it. I was in go mode. Okay, I'm going to do this. So I spoke with the illustrator within, a couple of weeks of me finishing it, scheduled a meeting, and the rest is history. It took me from maybe January of 2003. No, we're in 2015 now. So January of 2014 till maybe the summertime to just actually get the book completed with her illustrations and everything. That's how motivated and eager I was about it. So, and then once I started putting it out there and talking to kids about it, I did a little focus group, and I saw how their reactions to it, that just fueled me, my passion about it, for it even more. And it just went from there. And by October, the book was available for purchase, and I have a website, moonbrushyourteeth.com, and it's also on Amazon. But I think to answer your question, I'm really passionate about that right now, but music, I think, and singing is always going to be my first love. I am definitely going to work on getting some songs that I've written, produced, and even pitched, and maybe other singers can sing them. Not sure about being a whole artist thing. I'm getting kind of up there in age, even I don't look like it, but I'm really passionate about being a background vocalist. I feel like that's a calling and a gift that I have. So I'm intending to do more of that as well. And I think with being an entrepreneur, being a writer, being a singer, they can all work together, and I can do them all simultaneously.
And I was going to say, it sounds like since you are already a songwriter that you were able to marry those skills with writing poetry for the book and everything. So you're able to.
Yeah, and I forgot that with the book, I did a song. I wanted to do something different, not to cut you off, but I wanted to do something different to make the book stand out. So I wrote a song. The song is 2 minutes long, And so it's there to help kids and parents while they're brushing their teeth to remember to brush for at least 2 minutes. And the song is exactly 2 minutes. So when people buy the book, they get the song as well.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that.
I wrote the song, I sang the song, and my son and 2 other kids, they sang on the song as well, and his dad produced the track. And his dad is a well-known musician and producer. He just got off tour with Justin Timberlake. He's worked with Jill Scott and all kinds of artists. So I was blessed to even have him produce the song for us and record it and engineer it.
Absolutely. And, I was going to say, and I'm sure you've heard this, and it talks about this in the book, The Alchemist. But when you put your intentions out and your dreams and you start to work on them, the universe conspires to give you every single thing you need to make those intentions, a tangible or a reality. And so the fact that you acted on it in such a short amount of time, the universe, it made sure that you got the proper people to be able to execute that, so you had your girlfriend to kind of run it by, and then she introduced you to the illustrator, and then you had, your child's father be able to produce some things for you. So it's just like, when we start to really believe in our dream and take action on it, it's almost like it's no way it can't work, So I love that you shared that story. It took it was different moving parts and different people who had to collaborate with you to get it done.
Yeah.
Look, it got done,
Yes, absolutely, and that's continuing throughout this entire process because, and I want to encourage people, when you do have a plan and you do believe in it and you're executing it, you do need people to help you. Don't be afraid to network. Don't be afraid to ask questions and ask for help. There's always, if a person doesn't know the answer, they probably know somebody that does, that can help you. And with networking, I've had people being able to help me with creating a marketing strategy, having a marketing plan. I didn't want to be a person to just write a book and put it out and that's it. I just believe in, excelling and in taking it as far as I can take it and being successful. And so I have been I have an agent that's helping me doing some PR and some marketing things and having someone to work on a business plan. And I want to network with doctors and pediatricians and orthodontists. There's so many ways you can work things, and God is just orchestrating the whole thing and sending people my way to connect with, but you have to do the work.
Right.
I have to do the work, and you have to open your mouth and talk and share, and it'll happen.
Absolutely. Oh, I could just imagine those cute books in like little dentist offices that people can purchase. Oh God, that would be really cool.
Yeah, ultimately, I really want to get with the doctors and present a proposal where they're actually giving. They'll get the books from me, and they'll give the books to their patients. And so I just wanted to grow and expand, and I would love to actually create the book and turn it and have it into another language, Spanish, for example, and actually changing out the characters. So right now it's more of a ethnic-based demographic as far as the characters, but I really want to create something that's different for other people as well, just so they have that option. So that's like in the grand, scheme of things as well.
Very cool. I know you mentioned that Yolanda Adams was behind this and helping you and Baby Shoppa. So how important has relationship building been for you in this industry? Like, how are you able to connect with such powerful people and, get them to kind of help you market your book?
That's a great question. I think since it's building those relationships and having a brand. I've been building my brand really without even knowing it, but in the back of my head, I knew it because I'm naturally an introverted person. So I'm not one to really talk about myself. I'm not one to be at the party and just being a social butterfly. And I love being at home. I love watching TV, and I love, doing more introverted type things. But I realized, I have to be more open and show more of my personality and being more sociable and communicating more with people to get things done. You have to do it. And just having those relationships, a lot of the people that you mentioned, I met Baby Shoppa, I'm not sure if I can mention her name, but Trina, she was at an event where Verizon was hosting an event for mothers to appreciate mothers and the company as was customers. And it's small events like that you just take advantage of, and you go and you meet new people and you open up and you share. And that's where I met her at, and I follow her. Also, as far as with Yolanda Adams, I've actually sang on a couple of programs. Like, I've done like the Dove Awards and Stellars and things like that, and I've met her. And actually but I know her manager. So it's about working relationships with people that you may not be directly connected with a celebrity, but you may know someone that works with them and has a relationship with them. And if you've been able to maintain a good relationship with them, and I think what's key is that people see me working hard and they want to help. So it's not really about, I think that's key, because people see me promoting and they see me, talking about the book, and I'm doing a photo shoot, and I'm doing things, the right way as far as trying to do things in excellence. And I think people notice that. And then they say, hey, this girl, she's about her business. She is really making moves, and I want to help her. And I think that's really been key to having those type of relationships. And because people they help people that they feel like they're doing their part, and then they'll help you to take it to another level.
So what would you say for someone who's working their 9 to 5, and they also have this really great gift of whatever that gift is? That could be baking, cooking, singing, sewing clothes, whatever it is. What would you say to that girl who is not prioritizing or not nurturing their craft enough? What would you say to that person?
I would say, find your passion. If it's cooking or if sewing or whatever that passion is, whatever that is for you, first you have to identify that this is something I'm really passionate about, and this is something I can see myself doing. Because we know if you're passionate about something, and that's a part of your purpose, your gift is going to make room for you. The money is going to come. You can turn that. You can turn it into a business if you're really serious about it. So I can say, it can be done. I work a 9 to 5. I'm a full-time mother of a very creative little boy, and I'm busy. He's in piano lessons, and I'm, writing and doing other things. And I just say be focused. Write your vision down. Write down what you want to accomplish. Also started getting into creating vision boards. And just really being purposeful in having, having the right intentions for what you're trying to get done. And you can do it. I love writing notes for myself or having checklists for myself. I have notes in my phone. I have an iPhone, so I wake up and I create notes and ideas and things that I have to stay on task. I just want to encourage people that if whatever it is, they can do it. You can make it happen for yourself. You have to have time management, of course, and just a typical day for me. is, I have an event tomorrow working with a group of kids that's a part of a book club. So I'll be presenting the book to them and leading them in a creative writing exercise. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, how that exercise was going to play out. But, I was like, before I went to bed, prayed about it, like 5-something this morning, the idea came to me, and I get up, and this is how I am when I'm hearing a melody or hearing lyrics to a song. I get up and record it, or I put it in a note. So, and then I just lay back down and say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for that idea. He gave me that, and I know what I'm going to do. I know how I'm going to execute it. Just structure your day. Really have a plan. Like, that's how I was able to get the book done in such a short period of time. I didn't tell people. It was really on a need-to-know basis. I didn't share it and put it out there that that's what I was doing. Like, literally, people were shocked when I put it out that I was publishing a book. And I think that's how you do. You should make your moves in silence and really have a plan, as I said before, and have your goals for the day. If you have a lot on your plate, just take chunks of, have a list of what I can get done today, whether it's small or big. Check it off. If you don't get everything done in that day, start back the next day. And I've heard other people say, my musician friends and entrepreneurs, I've heard people say this, every day do something for yourself. Do one thing for yourself as far as that will go towards reaching your goals and following your dreams. Because I know sometimes you feel stuck in your 9 to 5, and you may be doing something you don't enjoy doing or you don't want to do, but it's what's creating a living for you. That's what's paying the bills. But you can get out of that. Do that in excellence while you're doing it. Show up, do what you're supposed to do, but do something for yourself every day, at least one thing that will just take you a little bit closer to your goal. And I promise you those things will add up. And before you know it, you'll be where you need to be, and you will be accomplishing what you're setting out to accomplish.
Awesome. I love that. I was going to ask, do you have a favorite book? Since you're now an author, do you have a book that has impacted your life or that you want to share with us that we should be reading?
Oh, that's a good question. Right now, I am reading The Alchemist. I think you mentioned that earlier, and it's an old book. I'm a big follower of Oprah Winfrey and OWN. I have been following that series, and they just celebrated the 25th anniversary of that book. And so it's about finding your personal legend, and that's where I've been, like, on that journey, just really trying to tap into who I am, what's my legacy going to be, and what's my purpose in life, and just really being introspective and reflecting on life and trying to follow that and listen to that voice on the inside. So that's one thing. That's one book that I'm reading right now. And I have to say, even though I'm a writer, I'm not a big reader. Like, I'm not one of those people that will read a book every week or every month. That's a goal of mine. That's on my vision board, to read more. But that's one book that I'm reading right now.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love that book. So how would you say you're using your art or your mini arts to elevate humanity? Wow.
Oh, goodness, that's a great question. I think the one easy one is with singing. The impact that you have when you sing, I've seen it especially with singing gospel. I grew up, as I said before, singing in the church, singing in choirs and traveling across the world, and the love that people have for music, it's amazing. I never want to stop singing. I'm grateful for that gift. When you're sharing with them your gift through song and the message, the different messages that you can share, whether it's about God, whether it's about God's love, whether it's about love. I love writing songs, ironically enough, about relationships. and about falling in love or falling out of love, or just the hardships of that. That's one niche. That's something that I'm passionate about. But I think that's powerful. It definitely. I hear people say, "Wow, when you sing, I really I feel you. That you're the soul behind it, and you really give your all." So that's one thing. And I think as far as with writing the books, I've been able to touch kids and be around kids more than I ever thought I would. I'm actually thinking about, and you say I do a lot, but I'm thinking, maybe I can be a teacher and get a certification and go in the school system and work for kids, maybe part-time, work with kids part-time, because the energy and the love and the genuineness that you get from kids, oh my God, I really, really love that. And just being a children's book author has opened that world up to me. And I, being able to make an impact. And kids and adults, they've been sharing, they really look up to me. I can see, you don't see a lot of Black authors, especially children's book authors, especially, this month is Black History Month. And, people have been inviting me to come into the schools and to do different events. And they get to see the author, who's a Black female, Black entrepreneur, and I'm able to be a role model to kids and to adults. So that's really touching to me, and that's humbling, and it makes me want to continue to do more.
Awesome. So what would you tell your 23-year-old self? What would you tell that 23-year-old Chaneta about following your dreams and your career and really, living in your passion and your purpose?
I would say to my 23-year-old self to take chances, take risks. Don't allow fear to stifle you. And because fear is a natural part of life, we're gonna have that's a natural thing. But don't let it stifle you. Don't let it control you. Don't let it stop you from doing or from trying. At least try. If you want to do it, if you are passionate about it, even if you don't know you're passionate about it, because sometimes you don't know, but do it anyway, and just walk in boldness, and you are enough. I would say that to myself. I am enough. Everything that God has created me to be and to do, it's in me, and I can do it. And don't be fearful. And if I fall short, it's okay. There's always tomorrow. And, whether you choose a different path or try the same path and try it again, at least you try. That's the least you can do. Do yourself a favor and try.
Oh, I love that. I love that. What made you share that piece of advice? Is there not necessarily any regrets that you've had in your life, but when did you come to that epiphany about some of the things that you would tell your 23-year-old self?
I came to that epiphany when I was just tired of allowing fear and my own thoughts, negative thoughts, to control what I did in life and control. And I think so many people saw that light in me, shining way before I did. People, they compliment me, oh, you're this, you're that, and that third. But until you really believe it believe it for yourself, nothing that people can say will really help you to really believe that. You have to believe it in yourself. And I just began to start to really have positive affirmations and to believe that I was good enough, and to see allowing myself to see what other people saw in me. And I think we had mentioned something about embracing your awesomeness, and I started loving who I was, and I was like, wow, I'm different, I'm unique, and that's okay. That's good. There's nobody else like me. There's nobody that can do what I do. I may not be the best thinker, I may not be the best whatever, but my gift is for somebody else. And once I started like talking to myself like that and encouraging myself in that way instead of harping on negative stuff, that's when my life just started turning around and started changing. And that's when I just became way more aggressive about going after my dreams and trying different things and taking risks.
Awesome. I love that. Well, I'm glad you did, because look at all the art you've produced and created for us to enjoy. So I am so glad that you've done that. And for those of my listeners who are not, who have not heard your singing before, or who have not purchased your book, can you share with us all of your social media handles, or your website, or wherever we can follow your journey and purchase your book?
Okay, absolutely. We can start with the book. The website is www.moonbrushyourteeth.com. My Instagram is moonbrushyourteeth. I'm also on Facebook, and the Facebook is Moon Did You Brush Your Teeth. You can also find me on Facebook. My personal Facebook is Chaneta Nicole. That's CHANETA. Nicole, NICOLE. And the book is available again on my website and on Amazon.com.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and just shining your light on all of us. I love how you said that, you have a gift that's for somebody. And I love that, because I think a lot of times we get discouraged that maybe we won't make as much money as the next person with our craft or our art or our business. But, as long as I think the most important thing to trust and believe is that your business or your art or your craft or whatever it is that you have to give to the world, it is for someone, and it is important, and it is needed. So I'm so glad that you ended the interview with that. And it was a pleasure to have you on. And for my listeners, thank you guys so much for, again, tuning in. Don't forget to check out my website at goandglowproject.com. Also, I'm on YouTube at youtube.com/goandglowproject. I'm all over social media. I've got my Facebook page, which is the Go and Glow Project. So that's facebook.com/goandglowproject. Instagram is goandglow_, or you can follow me personally at Natasha Cole _, and Twitter, same handles. Also on February 9th, I'll be launching my new audio course with a workbook. It's called Ideas to Implementation to Impact, and it's about marketing and branding and implementation and personal development strategies. And you guys know that on Monday nights, I teach the Go and Glow Power Hour, which I give away a lot of free resources for marketing your business and just being powerful in your leadership and within yourself. So on February 9th, I'll be launching that audio program, and you can go again to my website at goandglowproject.com, and you can pick that up. And until the next time we talk, go and glow.